Full face of Maybelline makeup. This was the foundation I was using when I was literally 12 years old. Every girl has used Maybelline and I love Maybelline for that. It's like the perfect starting brand. Can we all admit that this is one of the best drugstore foundations? I literally had the worst acne ever and I remember putting this on and just going to school and it would keep my acne covered all day. Now for concealer, we have two options. These are both great, but I'm going to go in with this one. One thing I will say is that Maybelline shade range is not that good. I would say this is a dupe for the NARS for sure. This concealer is so creamy and it just blends beautifully. Now we have the setting powder. If you know me, you know I love these. There is no difference between this and Charlotte Tilbury. It's insane. Literally a filter for your skin. So now we have their loose powder. I used to use this all the time before I had Huda. I like it. It's decent, but it's not the best. Okay, Maybelline, my makeup is looking so good so far. I don't have a bronzer, so I'm just using a darker shade in their setting powder. Get a darker shade in the pressed powder and use it as your bronzer. It's so good. So now it's time for the lips. I'm going to use this crayon to line my lips. Okay, so this shade is just too light for me, but the formula is really good. I have talked about this lip gloss multiple times. It's the Maybelline Lifter Lip Gloss, and it's one of my faves. So glossy and moisturizing. I love. Does Maybelline have a setting spray? Because I've never seen it, but I'm just going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury. This is the final product. I literally love it. I would recommend any one of these products. Let me know any of the brands you guys want me to do a full face of.
Let's do a full face of Maybelline. For primer, we're using the Maybelline Master Prime. Now this primer is blurring and it also helps with redness, so let's blend this out. I in fact do not see a single pore. Okay, she's a 10 out of 10. For foundation, we have to use the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. I truly have lost count on the amount of times that I've mentioned this foundation. What I do know is that I've been using this for almost a decade and she's never let me down. I swear Maybelline face products just eat. Now I'm going to use the Maybelline Eraser. The sound, you guys, so satisfying. This is another product that I've been using for years, and what I love about these is that the coverage is definitely buildable and they're also super easy to blend out. Like, look how gorgeous that is. Now I'm going to use the same Instant Age Rewind eraser but as a bronzer. Really just a sign that you can use makeup in multiple different ways. Look at how nicely that blends out. Okay, it's giving I just came back from vacation. Time for liquid blush, and I think this is a new release. This is their Sun Kisser and it's a blush and highlighter in one. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this color is a little dark as a blush. I'm a little bit nervous, but let's blend it out and see what it looks like. You know what? I'm not mad at it. This is cute. I feel like it just leaves your cheeks with this really pretty glow. Time for my favorite part, which is setting powder. This is another product where I feel like I lost count on the number of times that I've talked about it. This is a Maybelline Fit Me setting powder and definitely one of my favorite setting powders, whether it's drugstore or high-end. Just look at this under eye versus this one. Like, I just feel like this powder makes my face look like it's plastic. I also just like to take a big powder brush and kind of just dust my whole face with it. Now it's time for bronzer. We're using the City bronzer. I've never used this before. I'm gonna go in with a light hand just because I don't know if it's pigmented. Okay, she's cute. This is definitely pigmented and a little bit of this goes a long way. And for blush, we're using the Maybelline Fit Me blush. This one is a really pretty natural pink. This blush also has a slight shimmer to it. For lip liner, I'm using their Lifter liner, and these are some of my favorite liners. I'm using the shade Big Lift, and it's the perfect nude shade. Now for gloss, I'm going to be using their Lifter glosses, and these glosses are so good. Today I'm going to use the shade Silk, and this shade is just like a really pretty pink. Okay, this lip combo, I'm obsessed. And this is a final look of a full face of Maybelline. What do you guys think about this look, and what full face should I do next?
This is a full face of Maybelline New York. Let's do a full face of Maybelline New York. Another day, another full face of drugstore makeup. This was actually very hard to like find. It's a Boots and to Superdrug, and even then I didn't manage to get like a full face of everything. This is the only time I could find. Maybelline actually have 3 for 2. I think this might have been more expensive than e.l.f. Fit Me Luminous and Soft Hydrating Primer. Ooh, it's giving Bobbi Brown. I would normally go for a jelly type of primer, but they didn't have it in stock, so I had to get this one. I've already done my skincare, so I wouldn't normally go in with a primer like this because I feel a bit greasy now. For eyebrows, it got the Super Flick Brow Glue. I am a brow glue girly through and through, so I've not heard anyone say anything about this. It's quite wet. I'm actually not mad at that. Feels wet when you're putting it on, but it dries quite quickly and it is quite sticky. It's given NYX brow glue. I like this. For concealer, I got the Eraser concealer. I got 2 shades. I got 11 and 10. When I see people using Maybelline New York, I see them use this concealer. I used to use the Fit Me concealer. How does this work? Am I being silly? The concealer does not dry quick, which I like. I only got the setting powder in 1 shade because the only shade that looked like it was for black people. Pressed powder in Sun Beige. 250. I don't think I really like that powder. Let's go in with her foundation. I got the Super Stay foundation in 367. I hope I got the right shade. Ooh, that's a bit too dark. Oh my gosh, am I blackfishing? This is very watery though. Oh my gosh, this is completely the wrong colour. Why did I put this all over my face? I wouldn't say this is like a full coverage foundation, just because we can see my beauty marks. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit. Right, let's get to work. I don't think the formulas are agreeing with my skin. My skin just feels a little bit itchy. It's got good coverage too. I haven't had to go in with too much. Like, I wouldn't have to go in again with any more concealer. This is looking good right now. It's promising. I like to use everything dry. Like, I don't use wet beauty blenders. I don't use wet brushes. The only time I use a wet brush is if I sprayed it with a setting spray. This concealer can really work. Maybe I should go with some concealer here just to combat the foundation. I could not find a cream bronzer in my shade anywhere. Just don't stock the range, even if it exists. Like, you'd have to order it online. You would not be able to go last minute into the shop and find a full face. I think that's kind of sad. Like, I don't know why I'm surprised. Like, cream blush, when I first went, I only found this one. This is the Cheek Heat in Fuchsia, and then I went a second time and I found this one. This is a matte blush. This is in Spicy Red. I haven't done my makeup in a whole month, so I feel like I'm really forgetting how to do it. A little goes a long way with this. When I tried it on the shop, I went everywhere. I'm not used to using watery products like this. I don't like that. There's way too much blush on my face, and I don't actually know how to deal with it. What I would normally do at this point is just set my face. I don't think I look that scary. It's just my eyebrows, but I am gonna like blend that out with some bronzer and it's gonna look normal, I promise. Anyway, we're gonna go with the powder again. Okay, we can work with this. Let's start by brushing this away. I was gonna do NYX, but I couldn't find a full face of NYX. So weird because I can still see my beauty marks. And normally by the end of the makeup look, I cannot see them. For bronzer, I'm gonna have to use my Mocha Mummy. I'm gonna go in a little bit because I don't want to skew the results. Go with my normal lip combo. Excess makeup off my eyebrows. I'll do some eyeliner. Drugstore, this is Boots' own brand, Collection. Considering I haven't used the powder puff or anything, this makeup eats. This is my full face close up. Drugstore makeup. Wouldn't use the blush again just because of how I've not been able to control it at all. The foundation, I could definitely make this foundation work. I've made it work right now. Because I would use the concealers again. I'm not the biggest fan of the applicators. I wouldn't drill to the primer again. Let's see if it beats the test of time. I'm gonna come back in a couple of hours. Right now, it's basically 3 o'clock. This is it with no enhanced lighting. This looks really good. The brows. One for the books. This is staying. This is my face 3 hours later. The powder has not held up as well as I would have wanted it to. That was my full face of Maybelline New York. Let me know what drugstore makeup brands you want me to try next, and I will try and do a full face of that.